Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching this from. This is the first episode of the new series of Doctor Who preview, where it'll be the Robot Revolution, series 2, episode 1. And this is a make or break series for Doctor Who, you'd have to say, because after how the last series ended, was not good at all. Doctor Who's been getting your ratings as well, so this feels like a made or break series. So yeah, the Robot Revolution will be written by Russell D Davies, directed by Peter Hall. Giant red robots, a doctor nurse named Brenda, who is a new companion, and take her to an alien planet with the Doctor in hot pursuit. The known cast this episode are Brenda Russo, Ewan Mirror, and Matt Parker, and also Anita Dodson, who plays Mrs. Flood, who's apparently done being in every episode of the series, which is quite creepy. So these have been the 8 images for episode 1 then. Obviously you see Brenda there, obviously as a full-time job, which is not a companion, as a nurse, which is probably why you're seeing the trailer. Alright then, you call yourself the doctor, I'll call myself the nurse. And she's a nurse in terms of a role in a full-time job. And obviously the doctor obviously arrives at her work to basically find her, basically. And it's quite strange how the doctor knows her already. Yeah, quite strange, but obviously from episode 3 of series 1 in Boom, of course. These are the next set of images then. Obviously we see the first appearances of the robots, of course. Then you see obviously Brenda that obviously abducted by the robots, and that's why she's on that ship. As you can see all the different planets. And obviously see the robot where the planet where the robots come from. And we see Mrs. Flood then. We see Mrs. Flood this time. All of a sudden, Mrs. Flood's a neighbour to Brenda as well, which makes it quite creepy and weird, because she was a neighbour to Ruby. And now, all of a sudden, she's a neighbour to Brenda. Come on, something's happening, man. Something suspicious happening, let's be real. She can't just be an ordinary neighbour. I swear to God, if Mrs. Flood just ends up being an ordinary neighbour, nah, I'll be done with this series, honestly. I will be. And it's a bit like the Susan Triad thing from series 1, isn't it, with Mrs. Flood, where everywhere you go, she's there. I hope she's not another Susan Triad and it ends up being nothing. Obviously, next set of images, I think this will be before being the death abducted. Obviously, the robots storm. This is basically like a review, isn't it? Not a preview, but these are obviously just neat images. And the robots storming into Brenda's house. Reminds me of that Flux episode on episode 1. I think it's John Bishop and the Dodd. Oh, the Dodd Yakin creature, where John Bishop's just mocking him basically. It's quite similar to that, but obviously Brenda won't mock the bloody robots, of course. Next set of images then. I think this is where Brenda does escape from the robots, and she meets other eyes to say that will help defeat the robots, basically. And obviously, there we go. You see Brenda in the second image. What she's useful for, obviously being a nurse. Obviously, this is where they are fighting against the robots. I think this will be before they fight the war boss, where the Doctor does end up finding Beyonder in the end, and Beyonder, obviously, with her ear next to where the Doctor's hearts are, checking, hearing the Doctor has got two hearts. Obviously, another more instances where they're fighting against each other. What's quite interesting is the fourth picture, the last picture, the Doctor looks fearful and petrified. Maybe he's seen this place before, potentially. But as you see there, in the top two images, you do see some of the war boss being taken down. And I think you see in the background, where I think the background is outside, and also at the planet as well, as you saw the image in the first picture, so in terms of the preview and description of the episode. And the final images that were released were obviously Beyonder abducted by the warbots, and coincidence, the Doctor knows where Beyender's going. What coincidence. And yes, what do I expect from this episode? It's not gonna be a barnstorm of an episode. Let's be real, because I still think it will be. Like a slow start to the series, in my opinion. Maybe apparently there's been rumours that Beyonder did shine in the first episode. I don't think you need. I think if a companion's shining over the Doctor, then that ain't really a good sign, is it? Let's be real about it. So, but it'll be the first episode where we will see, obviously, Mrs. Flood for the many episodes of this series. And before I do, let's go back to that image of Mrs. Flood, where I can see Mrs. Flood just saying, nothing to do with me, anyways, nothing to do with me, when it is something when she knows what it's about. Let's be real. She looks quite older as well, Mrs. Flood, in that image as well. She looks quite older. And, but yeah, that's what I expect from episode 1. It'll be a slow start. I think all episode 1s are a slow starter. Yes, Hope is better than Space Babies in the last series. That was episode season opener. And yes, we will. That I thought, apart from the ending when the Doctor saves the body man, it was quite a terrible episode, to be honest with you. I mean, Space Babies, what are we doing here? Space Babies. Obviously, there was a flashback scene in episode 1 of the last series as well, with Doctor and Ruby. And Ruby's mum turning and pointing at the Doctor, etc. I think it will be better than Space Babies. I do expect it to be better than Space Babies, but it'll be a slow burner, in my opinion. It'll be a slow starter. And I'm not really going to judge episode 1, because episode 1 is always going to be like that. It's not really going to be that much interesting of an episode. It's not like the classic Doctor Who with Matt Smith, where with the Impossible Astronaut, where it was obviously a double episode, wasn't it? A 2-parter to start the series as well. That was classic Doctor Who. Let's be real. That was classic Doctor Who. It's not gonna be like this time, and obviously it's been trimmed down to eight episodes. The fact that it's been trimmed down to 8 episodes tells you everything about Doctor Who in recent years. I think it's starting to use that feel, in my opinion. And but yeah, not gonna waffle on any longer. That's what I expect from series 2, episode 1, which starts this weekend on Saturday. Saturday, 12th of April. Well, this is UK time. I don't know. I'm not sure about the other times in the world. But in terms of UK time, it'll be, I think it said 6:50, 10 to 7 at night, for for the Open Saves on BBC One if you want to watch the live podcasts. If you want to watch it earlier, it will be in the morning. It'll be 8, I think it said 8 o'clock in the morning on BBC iPlayer, which is what I'm going to do. I am not going to wait around to 10 to 7 for the TV podcast. So yeah, feel free to leave your thoughts. What do you expect from Series 2, Episode 1 down below in the comments. Take care, stay safe, so yeah, and I'll see you all for that Episode 1 with you.